Today we are talking Wilson golf balls. And normally when we're talking Wilson golf balls, we're talking about those low compression balls that players with slower swing speeds love, either with colors or not. But today we're not talking about that. Wilson is back in the tour caliber golf ball game, and we are here to review that ball for you. I'm Ryan Ballengee. Thanks for checking us out once again. Appreciate you watching. Today we are reviewing the Wilson staff model golf ball. It's a ball we've been playing with for probably about the last 3 or 4 weeks. Got sent a couple of sleeves from our friends at Wilson, and they're very excited about this ball. This is their big jump back in to the tour caliber ball market. And yeah, there's a market out there for low compression balls, and Wilson does great with them, with their duo line, and they've got lots of different colors, and all that stuff's great. But for a lot of players, better players, and even not better players, not great players who want to play a tour caliber ball when they play golf, they want to play a ball with all the modern fixins and features. And frankly, what Wilson offers in those lower compression balls or those 2 and 3 piece balls, it doesn't really fit the bill for that player. So they needed to come to market with a golf ball that screams tour caliber and says we are as good as any tour caliber ball on the market, be that from Titleist, be that from Callaway, TaylorMade, Bridgestone, Strixon. 5 great brands already making tour caliber golf balls. You can throw in others like Snell too into the mix, and they're all making good products. So those balls are obviously selling, and they're selling for a reason. Wilson had to make something to match them. So they came up with the staff model golf ball. So like I said, I've been playing it for 3 or 4 weeks now. Played a number of rounds with it. Lost some of them, but held on to most of them. I love this golf ball. I think it's really good. It's a really, really good golf ball. So let me tell you about what's on the inside of the ball, and then we'll talk about the aesthetics and performance. So this is a 4-piece golf ball. Pretty much every significant golf ball that's tour caliber is at least 3 layers, but we've got a little bit more refined in the last few years. So a lot of these tour caliber balls are 4 layers. And what has been learned over the last really 5, 6, 7 years in these types of balls is that speed is built from the inside out. So at the core of this golf ball, just like so many tour caliber golf balls in the market, you have a big rubber core. It takes about 60% of the total space this golf ball takes up. And that rubber core is a little bit softer, a little bit lower compression. So the idea is that it will feel good, but it will also not cost you greenside spin or reduced spin with the driver. And so we're going to build speed on the driver and with those more powerful shots with the next 2 layers. So you have what are called mantle layers on this ball. And so those mantle layers get firmer. You get firmer on those 2 layers to build up the compression of the ball without having that compression located centrally in the middle of the ball. So you're going to build up speed by having those mantle layers. So the most out mantle layer, I guess the 3rd layer if you're pulling out, is ionomer. Ionomer is a really firm surface that doesn't degrade easily, and it's something that's been used forever in cheap golf balls, and frankly was used in good golf balls for a long time until we came to what the modern covers for tour caliber balls are, which are cast urethane, or at least urethane, but mostly cast urethane like this. And the beauty of cast urethane is that you can make cast urethane both softer and thinner. So in this golf ball, it's about 5 thousandths of an inch thinner. Now, to you and me, that sounds like nothing. But in terms of golf ball performance, that is a big step forward for Wilson. So you have a cover that's softer, so you can create greenside spin that feels good between the softer cover and that hard ionomer 3rd layer that allows you to kind of pinch the ball into the grooves and create spin with short irons, with partial wedge shots, all the kind of stuff that you need to control your ball so you could score around the greens, while at the same time allowing you to deliver good feel off the tee without generating tons and tons of spin. So that's the ideal. That's what you want as a player. You want long drives that don't spin too much, they just fly forever, and you want greenside control that allows you to get out of trouble and score. That's what they're trying to do with this golf ball. So this does that. The Wilson staff model does that. It does it really well. Ball flies just as far as any golf ball I've ever played. It's just as accurate. The greenside spin, I actually do like quite a bit on this. I generate more spin with this ball than a number of tour caliber balls that I have played in recent memory. And maybe that's because I have some fresher wedge grooves of late, but I've been playing plenty of rounds with my Hogan wedges, and they've been worn out enough that they're not generating the same kind of spin as they did when I first got them. So this ball is the reason why I'm generating a little bit more spin, particularly with the shorter irons. I'm not a huge spin guy. I don't suck the ball back a lot, but I hit high shots that kind of spin and stay in one place. These come back a little bit. Been able to pull back the string a little bit on as much of a 6-iron. Normally I just kind of hit and stop. It doesn't really go anywhere. These kind of pull back a little bit. Not that that's a plus or minus, but it does create a little bit more spin for someone who doesn't generate tons and tons of it. I prefer to dead hand a lot of wedge shots. I want them to roll out. These don't check up too much. They do that for me. But if I go after it and try to generate spin, hitting down on it, hitting through it hard, it can do that. The distance is really good. The dispersion is really good. Most modern equipment is going to do that for you. If you hit the ball right, it's going to do what you want it to do. It's going to go pretty far. It's going to stay pretty straight because it's going to kill spin. Spin is what sends you in the wrong direction, other than just bad swing path. Spin's what sends you in the wrong place. Aesthetically, this ball is kind of loud in your face. If you look at that, that's pretty big typeface for a golf ball. But if you think about the space that it actually occupies, if you put another brand name or another brand across there, that's about the same space. The Wilson Staff logo is classic, it's classy. I like that it's just blackface, black type. There's no like silver, there's no red. That's happened with some Wilson golf balls in the past. I also like this. I like the alignment marker because it feels like a line. It doesn't feel like... This I think is particularly handy on putts because some people might have a harder time visualizing how that comes across. On other models, you might see kind of more arrows, or you might see not quite just a clear straight line. This is just a straight line. I mean, it's two really. So the parallel can kind of help you maybe a little bit if you're a little bit over the ball or a little bit behind the ball in terms of how you putt. I actually use the alignment line a lot when I tee off because there are only 2 times on the golf course when you can line up the shot and put the ball to line it up to your target. When you putt and when you hit tee shots. So if you're not doing that, you're doing yourself a disservice. So with this golf ball, I like being able to just line it up to the target, square up the club face, whether that's driver, fairway, wood, or putter, and go. Do it with an iron 2 on par 3s. And if you don't do that, that's a little trick for you. The golf balls are durable. They don't seem to degrade very easily. They seem to hold up round after round. I'm very happy with this ball. I would gladly play this ball again and again. It's a good one. The problem with the golf ball is price. So the Wilson Staff model is $50 a dozen. That's on level with what you would expect from a tour caliber ball. So tour caliber ball should have a tour caliber price, I suppose. That's probably the mentality. And from Wilson's standpoint, if they came to the market and said, we have made a tour caliber golf ball that is $39 a dozen. That's something that has worked for Snell with their MTB or varying models over the years with that ball. But Wilson probably felt, you know what, we are a challenger brand, but we can't act like we're a challenger. We can't say to people, we have a tour caliber ball, it's cheaper, because some golfers will perceive a cheaper ball as a less capable ball. And so we're going to price this at $50 a dozen. Right now, last I checked before we filmed this review, they're offering 10% off, $45 a dozen. I think that's a great sweet spot price for this golf ball, $45 a dozen, all the time, not just during a sale. Because it performs well. It's a really good golf ball. But to get people to buy Wilson Staff models instead of Pro V1s or Tour Bs or Z Stars or TP5s or Chrome Softs, you're going to have to convince them in part on price and then on performance. So to get it off the shelf, you got to give them a reason. Money's a reason. Get it in their hands, let them see how well the ball performs, and then they themselves can go, wow, that's a really good golf ball. You know what? I would pay $50 a dozen for that. and then they could start raising the price over time. But I get the psychology of it. That's all to say that, yeah, at $50 a dozen, these are as good as any tour ball out there. They really are. I very much like them. Your mileage will vary, of course, and you should always start to think about getting fit for a golf ball. It's something not a ton of people do, and I realize it's kind of hard to do right now. But you should know what kind of things you're looking for in a golf ball, and not just what I'm telling you works for me in this golf ball. They also have the capability to order these online through a subscription service. So that's how they try to tackle the $50 dozen problem, where you can order a subscription service of these. So you can say, I want a dozen of these every month for 6 months. Well, that will lower the price per dozen. They're going to give you a break because you've agreed to buy them in increments. So a volume pricing strategy works. That's something Snell Golf does really well. You can buy 6 dozen Snells and get price down to like $33 a dozen. It's a ridiculous deal. So you can get the price of these down lower and lower. The more that you commit, the more that you buy. That's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you are maybe disillusioned with brands that are out there that are making, again, really good golf balls. I mean, there's never been a better time to buy tour caliber golf balls. A lot of people are making really good ones. But if you're looking for something a little bit different, if you want to try something a little bit different, maybe you just need to change of pace, look at something that seems different, this is maybe a good solution for you. The Wilson Staff model is a high quality golf ball. It has everything that you need in a tour caliber ball. It delivers all the performance technology that you would expect from a tour caliber ball. And again, depending on the type of golfer you are and your personal preferences, this might turn out to be a sweet spot for you. So put it in the rotation. Give it a chance. Try it. Get a sleeve somewhere to pro shop. Just try them out for yourself. Chip and putt with them. Hit a couple drives with them. See how it works for you. And if you find out that this ball delivers for you, then get it in the run of balls that you're willing to buy. I think it should be among those that you consider, and I don't think you'll be sorry if you try it. So head over to Wilson's website to learn more about their Baller Box subscription model if you want to check that out, or just check out your nearest retailer to buy yourself a sleeve, 2 sleeves, dozen, several dozen, whatever it is that you choose to do. But you can stock up on these right now with a little bit of a sale and give them a try for yourself. I'm Ryan Ballengee saying thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.